A very good evening, my dear friends. So today we will discuss one of the important topic, that is farmer producer organization. Because every time you are hearing in the news that government has a aim to form around 10,000 FPOs in our country, and that too, this 10,000 FPOs will be formed. Out of that, 15% will be formed in aspirational districts. So this point is very important for your examination point of view. Now the thing is that why government is planning to form this FPOs, even though the cooperatives were already present in our country at the very new corners of our country, right? So why government is chipping in the new concept of FPO, right? Even though the cooperatives are present. The answer to is that two things are there. First thing is that you know that the 86% of farmers in our country are small and marginal, right? Small and marginal. They do not have their voice. They do not have the infrastructure, right? So they cannot sell their produce, right, in a proper way. And the second thing is that, as I was saying, the cooperatives are already there, but there was no cooperation among the cooperatives, as has been said by many of the reports of the government. So government thought that how the cooperation can be brought in among the cooperatives. The cooperation was not there because of the management. So government thought of bringing in a new concept called FPO that will be registered under Companies Act of 2013, right? Or the Cooperative Societies Act, which will bring the managerial efficiency in this producer organization, which was not present in the what cooperatives. So that's why government of thought in bringing this FPO. Now with 6,865 crore rupees, government has bought in this concept FPO. But this is not a simple task, right? If you just think within yourself only, if government wants or you yourself want to form a group, right? Uh, what a hectic task it is that everybody is aligned towards the common vision of the goal. So if government wants to form such a huge number of FPOs and to align each farmer towards a common goal, towards a common vision, is very difficult task. So what is the mechanism, what is the machinery to bring in all these farmers in a single platform called FPO? We will study in today's class, right? So what is the back exercise, how the government is planning? So first thing, whenever you are studying out this FPO's formation, you are every time you are hearing one thing, that is implementing agencies, right? What are the agencies that will sorry implement this overall FPO program? Now, as of now, there are total 13 implementing agencies like SFAC, NABARD, NCDC, NERMAC. All these are implementing agencies. Now, this implementing agencies like SFAC will form your national agency, which is shortly called as NPMA. What is NPMA? NPMA is National Project Management Agency. Now, since this NPMA would be formed by with the help of your implementing agency like SFAC, this will overall look into the process of formation of FPOs, right? How it will be formed, what are the technical aspects related to it. Now, NPMA is a advisory body. It cannot go into the field and let the formation of the FPOs, right? It is an advisory body, you can say. It will help in releasing the funds, but anybody has to be present in the ground level. The executive functions will be covered by your CBBOs, that is cluster-based business organization. This year also in interview, they have asked many people about the CBBOs. The cluster-based business organization will help in formation of these FPOs at the ground level. So how it will help in formation of these FPOs? So first of all, these CBBOs will conduct a series of survey like baseline survey and all into the ground. It will help in mobilizing the farmers. Mobilizing the farmers into what? Into farmer groups. This farmers group can be of 10 to 20 farmers, and it can be with the any name. It can have any nomenclature, like you might have heard self-help groups, SHGs. It can be farmer interest group. It can be farmer clubs. It can be joint liability group. It can be Raitu Mitra group. So all these farmers will be mobilized into farmer groups. So first of all, these CBBOs will lead to formation of these farmer groups, right? Interest groups which have a common vision. Now, group formation, as we have studied in the organizational behavior, this is a management topic, in that all these farmers are helped to form a group. Now, how this group formation takes place, these are the simple steps for the group formation. That is, first is forming, then is the storming, then is the norming, then is the developing, and lastly, it is the performing, how the group will perform. Once this group formation by the CBBOs is taken into consideration, this informal, the group, what are these groups? These are informal. What are these? Are informal groups. Now the groups are formalized. What group are formalized? Formalized into what? formalized to farmer producer organization. Why this is formalized? Because it now becomes a legal entity. It now becomes a legal entity, right? Legal entity, and it is enrolled under either Co-operative Societies Act or Companies Act of 2013. Now, these figures are very important. Now, there are two things. As per the guidelines of the government 2018, government says that 15 to 20 such groups club together to form a FPO. And in the plain region, the minimum number of farmers will be 300, and in the hilly region, it will be 100. But the government was this number should be more than 300, at least should be 500. The minimum is this, but the optimum is 500 and 200. But as per the Companies Act, Section 581C, the producer organizations can also be formed with a minimum 10. If the examination they ask as per Companies Act, this will be answer. If they ask as per the government guidelines, this will be the right answer to avail the credit guarantee facilities, whatever the government is giving. So this is how the informal groups will be framed into formalized farmer producer organization. Now, what are the facilities these groups or these organizations will be getting? First is the financial support. What financial support they will be getting? They will be getting up to 18 lakhs per FPO for a period of 3 years. This is important. Equity grant. How much equity grant they will get? Rupees 2,000 per farmer member of FPO with a limit of rupees 15 lakh. Very important for examination. And last is the credit guarantee facilities up to rupees 2 crore of project loan per FPO. This is also important. And the 5 year, the CBBOs, whatever the executive functions are performed with CBBOs, they will provide a hand-holding support. They will provide a hand-holding support to these FPOs so that they become mature and they start functioning within themselves. So after 5 years, the CBBOs will withdraw their hand. They will leave their hand-holding support. And now the farmers, those who were 86% small and marginal, they will form a FPO and they will work within itself. So this is the overall vision of the formation of FPOs by the government. Thank you, my dear friends. Bye-bye. Take care.